I think one of the most underappreciated aspects of Negro Leagues baseball is the catching position. Because it's a position that did not necessarily transition into the major leagues. It was the position that was closest to the manager, and that there was this underlying belief that those black catchers were not smart enough to play the role. But I think you can make a legitimate case that the catching position was certainly just as good, some would say even better, than the catching position was in the major leagues. Of course, the great Josh Gibson. But you also had guys like Louis Santop. His nickname was Big Bertha because he had a cannon for an arm. As a matter of fact, perhaps the greatest defensive catcher this sport has ever seen took the place of Louis Santop, and that's the great James Raleigh Biz Mackey. Who earned his nickname Biz because he gave the opposing hitters the business. When you stepped into the batter's box, he might throw a little dirt on your shoe, and he was a chatterbox. He did everything possible to distract you, but his pitchers absolutely loved throwing to him.
Second and third, nobody out. And here comes Biz Mackey for the Hilldales. And that one ripped into right. And that's a fair ball. One run's in. Now the second run is in. And they take a two-run lead. It's a two-run double, and they have the lead. And the batter will be the shortstop. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. Runner around third. Here's a throw to the plate. Got him. Biz applies the tag, and the Hilldales keep this one tied.
While he may not possess the pure power of Josh Gibson, well, for that matter, no mere mortal possessed the power of Josh Gibson. But Mackey was no slouch at the plate himself. As a matter of fact, when he joined the Hilldale Daisies in 1923, he won the Negro League's batting title, hitting an amazing .423 that season. He was the complete package, and he would lead the Hilldale team to the 1925 Negro League World Series, beating my Kansas City Monarchs.
Biz Mackey digging in for the Hilldales with runners at the corners and one gone. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
0-2 is the count.
Not a lot of switch hitters who could measure up to Biz Mackey, especially among catchers. His career batting average of .328 is the highest among switch hitting catchers by almost 50 points. And it's the highest career batting average for any catcher.
He'll score on the sac fly, and it's 1-0. One down, runner at first. Biz Mackey at the plate now. That misses the zone, and that is ball one. Foul ball. You brought up how rare it is to find a great switch-hitting catcher, Chris, but even rarer to find one who played defense like Biz. It's like creating a switch-hitting Pudge Rodriguez, then turning the offense up to 11. And there's two away.
I had to look this one up, Boog. There are only 3 catchers ever with a higher career OPS than Biz Mackey. Mike Piazza, Mickey Cochran, and Bill Dickey. That's it.
Which puts Biz above the likes of Roy Campanella, Buster Posey, Yogi Berra, Carlton Fisk, and Johnny Bench. Swings through that one for strike 2.
No balls, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes.
Rogan kicks and delivers. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. That's back. And gone! Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now Biz Mackey. That's in there, and it's 0-1. Hit pretty well in the air out to center. One down. And now the catcher comes up to him. Biz Mackey. That one is absolutely belted. And they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead. Now the throw comes in. Runner holds at third. So 2 down. And now the switch hitting catcher, Biz Mackey. Grounds one to short. Tosses to first. And Mackey is set down at first. And that is the inning. Up and in, and that's ball one. Swing and a ball ripped right field, and that one back, and that one is gone.
I think the thing that made Biz so beloved by his pitchers was that he had this ability to, number one, calm them down. Number two, instill great confidence in their ability to throw a pitch whenever they needed to throw a pitch. When you look at his ability to frame those pitches, I'm not sure there was anyone better at that art. He was able to absolutely maximize his pitchers' capabilities. When he called the game, he was going to put them in a position to succeed. And Biz did just that.
So 2 down, and now the first baseman. Runner on the move, Biz with the throw. And that one gets past the catcher. And now a man into scoring position. And here's the first baseman. Runner on the move, Biz with the throw. Pitch misses in.
1-0.
Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. So 2 down, and next will be the cleanup hitter. Runner on the move. Biz with the throw. Pitch misses. Throw save. Mackey's throw came too. Runner on the move. Biz with the throw. And that's a stolen base. Not even close. Runner on the move. Biz with the throw. Pitch misses. Throw save. That's a stolen base. Runner on the move. Biz with the throw. Runner on the move. Biz with the throw. Pitch is low.
1 ball, no
Tag
strikes.
out. Biz Mackey with a seed to second to cut down the runner.
Just like Satchel Paige, it is easier for me to tell you the teams that Biz Mackey didn't play for, as opposed to rattling off all the teams that he did play for. He was a baseball nomad. Biz Mackey would be a part of one of the most epic barnstorming tours of all time when he, as a member of the Philadelphia Royal Giants, would barnstorm their way to Japan. 1927. Biz Mackey became a giant amongst giants there in Japan, becoming the first ball player to hit a home run completely out of Tokyo's Meijin Jingu Stadium. He did it 3 consecutive games. The Emperor of Japan was there to shake his hand. They taught them the game, and as a result, the Japanese fans and players adored those Negro League players. And I find it interesting that those Negro League players earned far more respect all the way around the globe than they had garnered at home because of the color of their skin. You see, our game is a global game. And at the heart of it were the Negro Leagues. They helped make it the global game that it is today. They just simply never got credited for it.
Two outs and the base is loaded as Biz Mackey digs in for the Crawfords. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Here's another story about Biz Mackey in that first tour of Japan. In one game, an opposing pitcher hit him with the pitch and bowed to apologize. Biz bowed back, and that's serious respect.
Zips it across, out to escape a bases-loaded jam unscathed. Ground ball right side, could be 2. To second for 1, and that's 2.
Boogs, some Japanese baseball historians give Biz and the Royal Giants credit for growing the game in Japan. Not for that, we might never have seen the likes of Shohei Ohtani and Yu Darvish.
Yeah, not to mention Hideo Nomo, Hideki Matsui, Koji Uehara, and so many others. He makes it to third. Good base running to move up with only 1 out. Biz Mackey at the plate now. Down the line. And that lands in no man's land, a foul ball. Next offering is fouled back. That one out to right. Has a beat on it. drops into the glove, and that's the inning. So digging in, Mackey. Now a high fly ball out to left center. On the move to the alley. That is the inning. Liner to second and picked on the hop. Gathers and throws, and they get the out. And now the right fielder, Mackey. Now a huge blast. This one way gone. Mackey with a monster homer. And a foul ball. Holding on to a one-run lead here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. He's got it, and the inning is over. Mackey at the plate now. Lined, and that's a base hit. One runs in, the throw home. It's offline, and he scores. It's 2-zip. Now it's the switch hitting outfielder, Mackey. Swing and a ground ball, and that's just foul. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck. Raging back towards the wall. Pulls it in on the warning track. Base is empty with 2 away. Mackey getting ready to hit. And that one is lifted in the air. Under it. Two outs and the base is loaded as Mackey digs in for the Crawfords. Softly hit to third, and it's just foul. That was close. Mackey hammers this one deep to right. Way back there. Out of here. Grand slam. 2 outs. Runner on first. And now Mackey. And that's in the dirt. And it's 1-0.
1-0.
Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And it hits the fence. Lead runner gets the stop sign at third. It's a 2-out double, second and third now. Mackey at the plate now.
Mackey didn't just make an impact as a player, but as a manager too. He led the Newark Eagles to the 1946 Negro League World Series title. And when he was managing the Baltimore Elite Giants in 1939, he scouted and signed Roy Campanella.
And Stearns makes the grab for the out. 2 down. Chris, you mentioned Biz signing Roy Campanella. Campy always praised Biz for developing him into a great defensive catcher. And when the Dodgers honored Campy at an exhibition game in 1959, he called Biz out of the stands to join him on the field. Mackey with another hit, putting together a nice hitting performance in this one. Line drive. Squeezes it, and there's one down. Man at second with one away. Digging in is the switch inning outfielder, Biz Mackey. Back up the middle and a base hit. Coming home. He will score. Now the tag at second, and he's out, trying for 2. Left field should have this one. Makes the grab, 1 away.
Roy Campanella wasn't the only great player.
Biz Mackey digging in, and he can blow this game wide open for the Crawfords with an extra base knock. On the ground left side, 6, 4, 3. It's a double play, and that'll do it for the inning. Fought off foul. The 0-1. Swing and a ball popped up under it. Hauls it in for the out. And here is Biz Mackey. Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. And there's 2 away.
Tag.
2 gone. The possible go-ahead run at first. Runner on the move. Swung on, belted. On the move, heading back. And it bangs off the wall. In to score from first. They lead it in the 8th. First and second, 1 out. Biz Mackey now at the plate. Now a huge blast. This one way gone. Biz Mackey with a monster homer.
As a manager for the New York Eagles in 1946, Biz Mackey is credited with having nurtured a couple of young budding stars, Larry Doby and the great Monty Irving. The pesky Eagles would go on to defeat the Kansas City Monarchs to claim the 1946 Negro League World Series title, being managed by Hall of Famer Biz Mackey. A year later, Larry Doby would become a pioneer, moving into Major League Baseball. And of course, it would be Biz Mackey who would recommend that Doby move to the outfield when he signed to go play with then the Cleveland Indians, and it worked out beautifully for Larry. When a 15-year-old Roy Campanella joins a team in the Negro Leagues called the Baltimore Elite Giants, Raleigh Biz Mackey took him under his wing, and he taught a young Roy Campanella the art of catching. His uncanny ability to frame pitches, and he could throw laser darts down to second base. Campy will become a 3-time most valuable player with the Brooklyn Dodgers. And if Campy was alive today, he'd tell you The greatest defensive catcher to ever play this game was Raleigh Biz Mackey.
Biz Mackey steps in for the first time in this one, and he's got a couple of runners in scoring position. Base hit right field. One run's in. The throw into second, and he's out trying for two. Ripped on the ground to second. Throws to first, and Mackey is set down at first. Third out. And welcome back to the ballpark. And here's the catcher, Biz Mackey. On the ground, right side. On to O'Neill. And a quick out, number one. Cut on and lifted in the air. Coming on. Grabs it on the run. And there's two away.
What a journey Biz Mackey's life was. He started out the son of sharecroppers, worked on a farm as a teenager, played Negro Leagues baseball from age 22 to age 50, and met the love of his life.
Biz Mackey at the plate now. In the air, left field. Brings it in. Runner tags from third. The throw is offline, and he's in to score. On the board first, it's 1-0. Cut on and missed. Good change up right there. 0-1.
0-1.
Swing and a miss at one above the zone.
0-2.
And that one
1-2.
almost got him. There's a swing and a drive. And brings it in at the wall. One down at the plate. Biz Mackey. And that one almost hit him. Ground ball right. Digging in, Biz Mackey. Out there to center, on the move. Long run, tracks it down. Runner tagging from third. He'll score on the sac fly, and it's 1-0. Here's the catcher, Biz Mackey. Outside with a breaking ball. Check swing, called strike. And now the count is even. On the ground to first. Into the outfield, base hit. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out. And now the catcher comes up to him, Biz Mackey. And there's a foul ball. Fly ball down the line. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And delivers
1-2.
outside.
That's a ball. Count is full.
1 out, base is empty. Now a huge blast. This one way gone. Biz Mackey with a monster homer.
On the field of legends at the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, the legendary William Judy Johnson is actually at shortstop. But Judy Johnson was one of the great third basemen in Negro Leagues baseball history, you might say in baseball history. Whereas physically, he did not fit the mold of the classic third baseman who was usually much bigger with more power. Judy Johnson was, well, relatively diminutive. But man, he had a great arm with great range, and what he lacked in power, he made up with line drive contact hitting, was a great bunter and one of the smartest men to ever play this game.
I don't consider a man great just because he can hit. Baseball has so many things. You're supposed to think, above all, think.
It's not a coincidence that wherever Judy Johnson played, his teams won. And Judy was right in the middle of making it happen.
Back to the top of the order now. And now the center fielder. Hard shot down the line at third. Diving stop by Judy. The throw. Safe at first as they can't make the play. Here's the center fielder. Hard shot down the line at third. Diving stop by Judy. Over to first. Throw to first in time. A sensational defensive effort from Judy Johnson.
Growing up in Wilmington, Delaware, Judy Johnson's father wanted him to be a prize fighter, and he wanted him to train to box. And so he would actually have Judy's older sister be his sparring partner. And after several rounds of getting whipped by his sister, Judy Johnson quickly knew that this boxing thing was not for him. So instead of fighting in the ring for 12 or 15 rounds, he chose 9 innings of baseball, which was much safer, much sounder, and absolutely the right path for Judy Johnson.
Here's Judy Johnson digging in for the Hilldales, looking for a clutch 2-out knock. Swing and a high fly ball out towards right field. He's got it, and that's the 3rd out. Judy Johnson digging in now. And a foul ball. Judy Johnson, born William Julius Johnson. He actually got the nickname Judy because there was another Negro League player named Judy Gans, and his teammates thought Johnson looked a lot like him. Got him on the off-balance throw. That ends the frame. So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Now the 3rd baseman, Judy Johnson. Base hit into right center. In to score from 3rd. And it's an RBI single. We're tied at 1. 1 down. Here's the 3rd baseman, Judy Johnson. That one drilled left field. That's a fair ball, and it's getting into the corner. Makes the turn and heads for second. In safely. It's a double and his 2nd hit. Bases loaded, and Judy Johnson digging in for the first time in this one. That one is absolutely belted. This one could be trouble. 1 runs in. Now a 2nd crosses the plate. Runner around 3rd. He's safe. And they clear the bases. In there safely. So up next, Judy Johnson. And first offering is fouled off. That's hard hit on the line. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's 2 down.
Baseball meant just about everything to Judy Johnson. It's even how he met his wife. When he was 13, he played on a Sandlot team, and one of his teammates had a sister named Anita. Judy married her a few years later, and they were together for 62 years. He said even baseball was second to Anita.
Nabs it, and that will end the inning.
One nice thing about Johnson's early career for Hilldale is that he got to play close to home because most of their opponents were from the Philadelphia area too. Judy said, "You were home almost every night." I'm sure Anita appreciated that too.
Makes the catch for the out. Judy Johnson digging in now. Swing and a liner, base hit out into right center field. 1 runs in. In there, he's safe. It's 2-0. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So that makes it a 2-hit ball game for Judy Johnson.
It's not a coincidence that wherever Judy Johnson played, his teams won. classic line drive hitter who seemed to always excel in the game's biggest moments. He wanted to be there when the chips were on the line, and more times than not, Judy delivered. He was a part of that Hilton club that played against the Kansas City Monarchs in the first Negro League World Series, and also subsequently the second Negro League World Series. Judy Johnson also played for a number of great teams, including the 1935 Pittsburgh Crawfords. And in a series where the Crawfords were prohibitive favorites to beat the New York Cubans, they bring Judy in a pitch-hitting role. And of course, he delivered the game-winning hit that allowed the Crawfords to move on to claim the 1935 Negro League World Series.
So let's kick and push and coast.
Potential winning run at second, and here comes Judy Johnson to the plate. Liner, and this could be trouble. Around third, and it's off the wall. Ball game. Judy Johnson delivers the walk-off hit to give the Crawfords the win.
Judy Johnson and Josh Gibson had a great trick play that they did with the legendary Leroy Matlock. And on this particular instance, they got old Leo DeRocher. They were playing an exhibition game against a group of Major League All-Stars. DeRocher's on third base, and he had taken a big lead a couple of times. Judy Johnson calls time. And so he basically tells Matlock that if you don't pay attention to this guy, he's going to steal the uniform right off of our backs. And he knew that DeRocher could hear it. And so when he gets back to third base, he kind of utters, he says, you know, that's one of the dumbest guys we've got on our team. Now DeRocher takes this big lead off of third base, and Judy Johnson delivers the signal, which was a whistle. Leroy Matlock fires a fastball to Gibson, and Gibson in one great motion throws a seam down to third base. DeRocher tries to get back, and he was indeed out.
You're out.
Here's the left fielder. Pitch out. Gibson snaps off a throw to third. Got him. Judy Johnson slaps down the tag to double the runner off of third. What a play. Judy Johnson stepping in with a chance to break the game wide open for Hilldale here in the first. Line to left, and it goes just foul.
Judy Johnson really had a lot of tricks at his disposal. He actually widened the left sleeve on his uniform to make it easier for pitchers to accidentally brush it with a wild pitch and give him a free base on the hit by pitch. Pretty clever.
Now the tag at second, and he's out, trying for two. But on the play, 2 runs cross the plate. And first offering is fouled off. Of course, Judy's career wasn't just built on tricks and mischief. He had an inside-the-park homer in the 1924 Negro League World Series and came up with 2 big extra-inning hits in the next year's World Series, too. That one the other way. Handles, throws to first, and they get Johnson for the out. All set for the start of the inning. Judy Johnson digging in now. Into center and a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Now the third baseman, Judy Johnson.
Judy was quite a competitor also, especially in games against white teams. He said that's when we played the hardest, to let them know and to let the public know that we had the same talent they did and probably a little better at times.
And that'll do it. So 2 away with nobody on. Judy Johnson will hit next. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And Stearns makes the catch. And that is that. Here's the third baseman, Judy Johnson. And that one hammered back there. Gone.
While Judy Johnson was managing the great Homestead Grays, they're playing a night game against the Kansas City Monarchs. And the Grays catcher actually got hurt misplaying a ball. And so Judy Johnson then makes one of the greatest decisions of his lifetime when he goes out and grabs a kid out of the stands to come in and fill that role as catcher, stop the game, and put him in uniform. That kid was a future phenom by the name of Joshua Gibson. Judy Johnson, I guess you could say, was somewhat of a baseball savant. Buck O'Neill would say that he was a baseball player's baseball player, or a pro's pro, because that's the respect that Judy Johnson garnered not only from his teammates, but also from his opposition. Even though he was not large in stature, he made up for it with one of the biggest hearts this game has ever seen, and he was as competitive as anyone. But the respect that was there for Judy Johnson was universal. And that big heart would take him to the top of the mountain, where he was inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 1975.
Bases loaded, 1 away, and Judy Johnson digging in for the Crawfords here. Big opportunity. Swing and a line drive, base hit into left field. 1 runs in, tag, and he's out at the plate. Judy Johnson digging in now. Liner, base hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
Judy Johnson had such a high baseball IQ, and he used it long after his playing career, too. He was a scout for the Philadelphia A's in the 1950s, and he almost signed Larry Doby, Minnie Minoso, and Willie Mays for them. If only they'd been willing to pay the money.
Back here at Comiskey Park, new inning getting started. Now the third baseman, Judy Johnson. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Dives for it. Got it. Makes the play. That story about Judy scouting, Singy. So bases all loaded up. Johnson, the next to hit. And fouled off. And a pitch. Rolled to short. Possible 2-ball. Slings to second. And that's 2. Solo runner at third. 2 outs. Here's the third baseman, Judy Johnson. That one fouled off. That one ripped. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Runner from third comes across. It's 2-1. And now it's going to be Judy Johnson. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
It's 0-1.
That one missing
1-1.
inside. On a line. Out number 2. Judy Johnson digs in now. Hammered, base hit.